Hi, welcome to another episode of Mr. Max. In this lesson, we are going to revise from September 2018 Eastern Cape trigonometry questions. Okay, September 2018 Eastern Cape trigonometry questions. Okay, so before you watch these lessons, please download the question paper from our app, or you can go to Department of Education website and download the question paper and try to do that one. Okay, then you have to listen to watch this video and try to understand where are the mistakes, or is there any mistakes, or it's correct, or whatever may be. Okay, so anyway, let's start without wasting time. Question number 5, 6 and 7, that is trigonometry. Okay, question number 5.1. If sine a is equal to minus 3 over 7, so it is given that this is 5.1, question number 5.1. It is given that sine a is equal to minus 3 over 7, and where a is an element of 90 degree to 270 degrees. So a is an element of minus 90 to 270 degrees, and it is given sine a is equal to minus 3 over 7. Okay, now what is the question? What is the first question? Determine using a diagram. You have to use a diagram to determine the following. Okay, so determine using a diagram without the use of a calculator the value of, you have to find the value of sine of a plus 30. So you have to find the value of sine of a plus 30. This is the question. Without using calculator, you have to use a diagram. Okay, so and find the value of the sine of a plus 30. That is the question. Okay, so now here sine a is equal to minus 3 over 7. So what is the definition of sine in terms of x, y and r? Sine means opposite side by hypotenuse. Am I right? Okay, and opposite side, for example, sine theta, let's say an angle theta. Okay, sine theta is opposite side by hypotenuse. So opposite side we represented with y. You have to remember that one. Okay, opposite side we represented with y, and hypotenuse we represented with r. Okay, so sine theta is y over r. What is the definition of cos theta? Adjacent side by hypotenuse. Adjacent side, you have to remember this one. Adjacent side we represented with the x. Okay, and hypotenuse we represented with the r. So cos theta is x over r. And similarly, what is tan theta? Opposite side we represented with the y divided by adjacent side. So if you can remember this one, this type of questions we can easily do. Okay, so sine theta is y over r, opposite side by hypotenuse. Is it not given sine theta? Sine a, instead of theta here it is a. That's the only difference, otherwise it's an angle. Okay, so sine a is equal to minus 3 over 7. So we know that by the definition of sine theta, what is sine theta in terms of x, y and r? Y over r. So this one is actually y over r. Do you understand? And don't forget that we have to find the answer of the sine of a plus 30 without using a calculator. Okay, so before I find this one, before we start that one, we have to know the values of x, y and r. Okay, so here look at this one. Directly y is equal to, what is the value of y? Y is minus 3. Okay, before we go to that one, we can draw the Cartesian plane. Okay, let's draw the Cartesian plane. Now look at this one. A is an element of 90 to 270. 90, this is 90, am I right? Okay, y-axis, and this one is 270 degrees. So it means that A is an element of 90 to 270 means 90 to 270. So it means that it can be either in the second quadrant or third quadrant. Am I right? Okay, 90 to 270 means it can be either in the second quadrant or third quadrant. Okay, so but here look at this one. Sine A is equal to minus 3 over 7. That means sine of an angle is negative. Okay, but in this second quadrant, what is sine? You already studied that second quadrant sine is positive. So is it possible to be on the second quadrant? No, because here sine of an angle is negative. So it means that the only possibility is that angle is in the third quadrant. Okay, so listen once more. Here A is an element of 90 to 270. So from here we can understand that it can be either in the second quadrant or third quadrant. But when we look at this one, sine is negative. Here on the second quadrant sine can't be negative. So the only possibility is it must be on the third quadrant. Okay. So now here what is the value of r? R is 7. So normally we represent r as 7 there. Okay. And here what is y value? Y is minus 3. Here also you have to look at the Cartesian, that axis also. Here you can see y is negative. So y is minus 3. And what is not there? We don't know what is the value of x. Am I right? Okay, so for that you have to know the formulas. Okay, how can you find, before I go to that one, okay, how can I find the value of r? Root of x square plus y square. You remember this one? Okay, we can find the hypotenuse like this, root of x square plus y square. And how can you find the value of x? It's very easy to remember. Root of r square minus, you have to find x. So root of r square minus y square. How can you find y? Root of r square minus x square. Okay, you have to remember this one, then it's very easy to do this type of questions. Okay, so here we know that y is minus 3, y is equal to minus 3 and r is equal to 7. So we don't know what is the value of x. So we have to find the value of x. So what is the formula to find the value of x? Root of r square minus y square. So r square minus y square. So x is equal to root of r square. What is r? 7. So it is 7 square minus, what is y? Minus 3 square. So check in your calculator, root of 7 square minus 3 square. So is in a root 49 minus 9. So root 40. Okay. So root 40, that is x is equal to root 40. Root 40, how can you write in simplified form? X is equal to root of 40 in simplified form. Let me check in my calculator. 2 root 10. 2 root 10. That is root 40. You can check in your calculator. Okay. So root of 40, root 40, and that is the same as 2 root 10. So here we got the value of x as 2 root 10. But here, one more thing. When you find the root, you are supposed to write plus or minus. Okay, but here look at this one. Okay, assume that here it is plus or minus 2 root 10, either plus 2 root 10 or minus 2 root 10. Okay, but we have to specify which one is the correct one. Is it plus 2 root 10 or minus root 2 root 10? So look at this one. At this point is on the third quadrant. Third quadrant, here what is the x value? Here the x value is negative. So it can't be positive 2 root 10. So it means that, it implies that x is minus 2 root 10. Okay, you have to specify that one. Is it plus or minus? Why it is minus? Why we can't take this positive? Because here you know that x value is negative. That is why we took a negative. Okay, so now we got the x value also. X is minus 2 root 10. Y is minus 3, R is 7. Okay, so let me write the values there. What is the x value? Minus 2 root 10. What is the y value? Y is minus 3. And what is R? What is R? 7. Okay, so these are the values that we got. Okay, so now listen once more. So it is given that sine is negative 3 over 7. So definition of sine is y over r. So y is minus 3 and r is 7. Okay, we have to find the value of x with the help of a Cartesian plane. So first you have to draw a Cartesian plane. From here 90 to 270, it can be either in the second or third quadrant, but sine is negative. Here sine is positive, so the possibility is on the third quadrant. Then we have to find the value of x like this. Okay, so these are the values of x, y and r. Now come back to our question. Okay, 5.1, question number 5.1. So you have to pause the video and write this one. Okay, so what is our question? What do we want to find? In our question, we have to find the value of sine of a plus 30. We have to find what is sine of a plus 30. So to do this one, we have to know that formula. What is the formula? Sine of a plus b. Okay, let's say a plus b. How can you expand this one? You have to by heart this formula. Okay, so in case if there is any doubt, you have to check the formula sheet. Okay, otherwise my advice is you must know this formula. Okay, so what is expansion? Sine a into cos b plus cos a into sine b. This is the expansion of sine of a plus b. So here is not like that, a plus b. A is a, b is 30. Okay, so we can expand like this. So how can we expand that one? This is equal to sine a. This is a. So here a itself, sine a cos b. What is our b? Is 30. Okay, so it is cos 30 plus cos a. So it is cos a into sine b. Sine of our b is 30. So sine 30. So we expanded here. This is our a itself. This is our b. So we are trying to expand like that. Okay, sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. Sine a cos 30 or b is 30 like that. Okay, so this cos 30 and sine 30 are special angles, is it not so? What is the value of cos 30? Yeah, you have to know that one. Okay, root 3 by 2. Okay, so cos 30 is root 3 by 2. And what is the value of sine 30? It is half or 1 over 2. Okay, so now we are going to substitute that one. Okay, what is sine a in terms of x, y and r? Sine is opposite side, that is y over hypotenuse, that is r. Then what is cos 30? Root 3 by 2, that's a special angle. Okay, then plus cos a. What is the definition of cos in terms of x, y and r? Adjacent side, x over hypotenuse, x over r. Okay, into sine 30, that's a special angle, 1 over 2. Okay, now what is y? We have to substitute the values. Okay, before we substitute the values, look at this one. R into 2, that is 2r. Okay, so root 3 into y is root 3 y divided by, this one is r times 2. This is times, so r times 2, that is 2r. Okay, plus same applies here, x into 1, that is x divided by r times 2, that is 2r. Okay, so here what is the LCM now? Both the terms 2r is a same denominator, so we can write the LCM as 2r and just write the numerator as it is, root 3 y. Since the denominators are the same, we can write the numerator just like that, root 3 y plus, what is that, x. Okay, now what is y value? Root 3 into, what is y? Y is minus 3. So root 3 into minus 3, this is times, don't make mistake there. Okay, plus x, what is the x value? We got minus 2 root 10. So minus 2 root 10 divided by 2 times, what is r? R is 7. So we have to simplify this one. This is multiplication. So it is minus 3 root 3, minus into 3 into root 3. That is minus 3 root 3. Then plus into minus is minus. So minus 2 root 10 divided by 2 into 17 is 14. So it's not a proper answer. It's not a good form, but anyway, that's the answer. Minus 3 root 3 minus 2 root 10 divided by 14. Okay, and you don't want to do anything on this one because we are not allowed to use calculator. Okay, so if you type in your calculator, you will get a number. Okay, maybe a decimal number, but you don't want to do that one. You can just leave it because it is written there. Don't use calculator. Okay, so just leave it like that, and that's the answer. Okay, so that is question number 5.1. now let's go to question number 5.2. okay, okay, now let's go to the next question. Question number 5.2. Question number 5.2. What is that question? Simplify fully to one trigonometric ratio of x. Simplify fully to one trigonometric ratio. That means they want in the answer only, maybe it's only sine, only cos, or only tan. Okay, so you have to simplify to one trigonometry. Okay, so what is that expression? Minus sine square 90 minus x times, sorry, not times, minus tan x times cos of minus x times sine of minus x minus 360. Minus x minus 360. Okay, and you have to simplify this one to a single trigonometric ratio. Okay, so here let's start. Minus sine square 90 minus x. 90 minus x is in which quadrant? 90, this is 90. 90 minus x means it's on the first quadrant. First quadrant, you know that all are positive. So it doesn't matter, sine is also positive. Okay, and since here it is square, even though it is negative, it is going to be positive because minus square is positive. Okay, but in this case we don't want to consider that one because 90 minus means first quadrant. First quadrant, all trigonometry are positive. So but here, okay, this minus I am going to write it here. This one is that one. Okay, don't be confused. Okay, then now if it is based on 90 or 270, this is 270. Okay, if it is based on 90 or 270, this is 360, this is 180. Okay, if it is based on 90 or 270, you have to change to its co-function. What is a co-function of sine? It is cos. Okay, so it is minus cos square, then this cos squared x, this one. Okay, so listen once more. 90 minus x is in the first quadrant. First quadrant, all are positive, so sine is also positive. Then if it is based on 90 or 270, the vertical line, you have to change to its co-function. What is the co-function of sine? It is cos. So it is minus cos square x. And don't be confused, this minus is coming from the here, not when we apply reduction formula, not like that. Okay, okay, minus tan x into cos of minus x. What is cos of minus x? You have to know that sine of minus theta. What is the answer? Minus sine theta. Am I right? Okay, then cos of minus theta. It's not minus cos theta, it is going to be positive cos theta. Then tan of minus theta, it is minus tan theta. So only difference is for this cos of minus theta. It is not minus cos theta, it is positive cos theta. Otherwise, sine of minus theta, minus sine theta, cos tan of minus theta, minus tan theta. Okay. So here cos of minus x. So cos of minus theta is the same as positive cos theta. So cos of minus x is the same as positive cos x. Then here this one sine of, look at how I am going to write, minus of 360 plus x. Is it correct, guys? Check what I wrote. Minus into 360. This is bracket stands for multiplication. Okay. So minus times 360 is minus 360. Minus times x is minus into plus is minus x minus x. So this one is correct. Okay. So sine of minus of 360 plus x. Okay. Okay. Now come back to our this one again. Minus cos square x minus tan x, I am going to write it as sin x over cos x into cos x into, then look at this one, sine of minus of an angle. Just consider this as an angle, 360 plus as an angle like a theta. Okay, so sine of minus theta. So what do you study? Sine of minus theta is minus sine theta. Am I right? Okay. Instead of this theta, there it is 360 plus x. That's only difference. Okay. So sine of minus means minus sine theta. Okay. So look at how I am going to write this one, minus sine theta. Theta is 360 plus x. Okay. So now look at this cos x and this cos x we can cancel. So remaining is minus cos square x, then minus, there is a sin x times. Now look at this one. This minus times this minus. Minus times minus. All of these are multiplication. Is it not so? Okay. So minus times minus, this one is going to be plus. Okay. Okay. Now tell me, what is this 360 plus x? Sine of 360 plus x. 360 plus x. 360 plus x means first quadrant. Okay. 360 minus x is fourth quadrant. 360 plus x means first quadrant. And you know, first quadrant, all the trigonometries are positive. So sine is also positive. And no change, because if it is based on horizontal line 180 or 360, no change in the trigonometry. So here it is sine, so here also it is sine, then it is x, and here everything is positive. So listen once more, 360 plus x is in which quadrant? First quadrant. First quadrant, all are positive. So sine is also positive. Okay, don't be confused with this minus. This minus is coming from this, from the previous. Okay, not when we are applying this 360. Okay. Okay, then no change, because here if it is 360, no change in the trigonometry, so it is sine x. Now look at these steps. Sine x into sine x is sine square x. Okay, so there, next step, what is the next step? Minus cos squared x plus sin x into sin x is sin square x. Okay, now how you see this one somewhere? Minus cos squared x plus sin square x, or let me write just to avoid confusion, let me write this one first. Okay, sin square x minus cos square x. How you see this one? Maybe some of you are now saying that, oh okay, this is cos 2x. Okay, but that's I don't think that is correct. Do you know why? Okay, what you studied the expansion of this cos double angle. Cos double angle formula is cos 2x is equal to cos square x minus sin square x. This is what you studied, or you can check in your formula sheet. Okay, but here what? Sin square x minus cos squared x, not cos squared x minus sin squared x. Okay, so what you have to do, you can't just simply write cos 2x here. Okay, that is wrong. Okay, so what you have to do is take minus as common factor. So take a minus as common factor from here like this. Then write this one as positive cos squared x minus sin square x. Is it correct? Minus into cos squared x is minus cos squared x. Minus into minus sin squared x. Minus times minus is positive. Then sin squared x. So it's fine. Now look at the inside the bracket. This minus is this one. Cos squared x minus sin squared x. Yeah, you know that double angle identity. That is cos 2x. So it is minus cos 2x. Did you get the answer in single trigonometry? Yes. What is that single trigonometry? It's cos. Okay, so that is question number 5.2. Now let's move to the next question, question number 5.3. Okay, now let's go to the next question, question number 5.3. Question number 5.3. What is that question? Show that for any given value of a, the roots of the equation x square minus 2x sin a is equal to cos square a are real and rational. So you have to show that the roots of the equation, roots of this equation are real and rational. So you have to know a little bit algebra section to answer this question. Okay, so you have to show that this equation, the roots of this equation is real or rational numbers. Okay, so what you studied in algebra, for example, a quadratic equation like this, x square plus ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. When can you say that the roots are real and rational? When the discriminant, do you remember discriminant? What is discriminant? B squared minus 4ac. Okay, so when the discriminant is positive, then we can say that it's real and rational. Okay, but if the discriminant is, then what is the comment? What is the type of roots? Real and rational. When b squared minus 4ac is, you know, from where is this b squared minus 4ac? Actually, do you remember the equation x is equal to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2 into a. This is that quadratic formula. Okay, and we are talking about this one, b squared minus 4ac. Okay, so the roots of the equation depends on the value of this b squared minus 4, that is known as discriminant. Okay, so the roots of the equation depends on the value of this b squared minus 4ac. Okay, if the value of b squared minus 4ac is positive, greater than 0 means positive. Okay, let's leave a discriminant or whatever maybe. Okay, just try to understand. If b squared minus 4ac is positive, then we can say real or rational. Okay, and if b squared minus, when you try to find the answer of this b squared minus 4ac, okay, in case if it is less than 0, okay, then no real solution or irrational number, or let's say no real solution. Okay, no real solution. Then there are more explanation with the example. Okay, so if you want to understand more about this one, you have to watch that algebra section. Okay, there I explained in detail what is the meaning of why it is not real and why it is real and rational, like that. Okay, now last one, in case if it is the value of this b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0, then two same solution. Okay, two solutions, there are two solutions but two same solutions, two same answers you will get if b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0. Okay, so in our question what we want to find? We have to find, look at the question, the roots of this equation are real and rational. You have to show that the roots of this equation are real and rational. So to show real and rational, we have to show that the value of this b squared minus 4ac is positive. Greater than 0 means what? Positive. So if we can show that the value of this b squared minus 4ac is positive, then we can say that the roots of this equation are real and rational. Okay, so let's write the equation. Let's take this one to this side. So it is, look at how I am going to write this one. This x square minus, okay, I'm going to write this x last 2 sine a into x, then take this cos squared a to this side. So minus cos square a is equal to 0. So you must be careful. What is that variable here? In this equation, what is a variable? X square. Can you see x square there? Can you see x here? Okay, and this one is our constant term. Cos squared a you have to consider as constant term. So this is, what is the value of a now? In this equation, what is the value of a? A is 1. Okay, what is the value of b? Coefficient of x is b. Okay, here coefficient of x is 2 sine a, so that is our b. This is our a. Then this cos squared a is our c. Cos squared a is our c. Okay, so now let's try to substitute in this equation b squared minus 4ac. Okay, and don't forget that if we get the answer as positive, greater than 0 means positive. If we get the answer as positive, then we can say that its roots are real and rational. Okay, so anyway, let's try to find b squared minus 4ac now. So what is b squared minus 4ac? b is this 2 sine a, so it is 2 sine a b square, so it is square. Okay, then minus 4 into b square minus 4ac. What is a? 1 into c cos square a minus cos squared a, so minus cos square a. C is minus cos square a. Maybe some of you are asking, then why you didn't write this minus here? Okay, even though we write minus here, when we are squaring, it's going to be positive. Okay, or just to avoid confusion, okay, let's put that minus, but anyway we are going to square that one, so it's going to be positive. Okay, so now this is minus 2 square, that is 4. Okay, sine a square is the same as sine square a. Okay, then minus 4 into 1 into, okay, look at this one, minus times minus, that one is going to be positive. 4 into 1 into cos squared a, that is 4 cos square a. So look at these two terms. Here you can see that 4 is a common factor, so take that 4 as common factor. What is remaining? Sine square a plus, here the remaining is cos square a. What is sine square a plus cos squared a? That's an identity. Sine square a plus cos squared a is 1. Okay, so 4 times 1. What is answer? It is 4. Positive 4. 4 means it is greater than 0. Am I right? 4 means positive 4, that is of course greater than 0. Am I right? So what is the meaning of that? It implies that b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0. What is the meaning of that one? Therefore the roots of the you have to write that one. Okay, therefore the roots of the equation are real and rational. Okay, so that is question number 5.3. now let's move to the next question number 5.4. Okay, next question number 5.4. What is that question? Prove the identity cos 3x by sin x, you have to prove that cos 3x divided by sin x plus sin 3x divided by cos x is equal to 2 divided by sin 2x. So this is what you want to prove. Oh, sorry, not sin 2x, the right side here it is tan 2x. Sorry for that. Here it is tan 2x. So you have to prove the identity, or you have to prove that left side is equal to right side. That's what you want to do. Okay, so what we can do here? First we can take the LHS. Am I right? Okay, so first take the LHS, and we have to prove that this LHS is the same as RHS. Okay. Cos 3x by sin x plus sin 3x by cos x. How many terms are here? There are 2 terms. Okay, so when it is like this with a plus or minus, you have to take the LCM or LCD. What is the LCM here? Sin x into cos x. So take that sin x into cos x as LCM, sin x times cos x. So now how can you find easily the LCM? You just cross multiply this one. Maybe you studied in your class. Okay, it's an easy method, shortcut method. Okay, you just multiply this cos x with this cos 3x. Okay, so cos 3x into cos x, that is cos 3x times cos x. Here it is plus, so here also we want to write plus. Okay, then cross multiply this one, so it is sin 3x into this one, cross multiply like this, into sin x. Okay, now can you say what is a numerator? Cos 3x cos x plus sin 3x sin x. You know, in your class you studied an identity like this: cos of a minus b. What is the expansion for this one? Cos of a minus b. This is cos a cos b. When it is minus, in the case of cos, don't forget that here it is plus sin a sin b. This is the expansion of cos of a minus b. Is it not like that, this one? If I call this 3x as a, you can understand that one. 3x as a, so here there is a 3x, that is also a. X as b, so here there is an x there, that is also b. Now try to read in terms of a and b. Cos a cos b plus sin a sin b. That's this one, cos a cos b plus sin a sin b. So how can you write that one? Cos of a minus b. Okay, so that one we can write it as cos of a minus b. So it is cos of a is 3x minus b is x. Okay, divided by sin x cos x. Sin x cos x, sin x cos x. What is that one? You studied an identity like this: 2 into sin x cos x. What is that one? Yeah, that is the double angle of sine. Okay, this is the same as sin 2a. I mean x. So here it is sin 2x. Okay, so now look at this one: sin x cos x. This sin x cos x is there, but what is the problem? That 2 is not there. If this 2 is here, then we can write it as sin 2x. But in our question, that 2 is not there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is here this, I want a 2 here. I want a 2 here. I can't just simply write a 2 there. Then I am changing the question. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is I'm going to write it like this: 1 over 2 into 2. What is 1 over 2 into 2? 2 cancel, then 1. Am I right? So I didn't make any change. Okay, 1 over 2 into 2, then sin a cos a. So actually I didn't make any change because we know that these 2 and 2 cancel, then that's the same as 1. Here it is 1. Okay, Okay, so now look at this one. 2 sine a cos a, 2 sine x cos x, that is sine 2x. So sine 2a, this one is sine 2a. So this one is cos 3x minus x is 2x. Now, okay, let's write that step. Then next step I will explain that one. Into this is sine 2a. This is not x. This is x. Sorry. This one is x. Sine x cos x. So here we are supposed to write x, not a. So it's sine x cos x. So what is this one? Sine 2x. Now, these two numerator, it will go to the numerator and multiply. Okay, I mean these two denominator, it will go to this one and multiply. So what is that one? 2, this is equal to 2 cos 2x divided by divided by sine 2x. 2 sine 2, this denominator 2, we can take it and multiply with this numerator. Okay, so 2 times cos 2x divided by sine 2x. Now tell me, what is this cos 2x divided by sine 2x? You know, actually what you studied in your class, tan x is equal to sine x by cos x. This is what you studied. Okay, so tan x, if you just write tan x, what is the denominator? It's 1. Okay, so now look at this one. If I write this cos x by sine x here, cos x by sine x, what I did, I wrote a reciprocal. So here also I want to write the reciprocal. That means 1 over tan x. Okay, so tan x is tan x by 1, so that is sin x by cos x. So if I want to write cos x by sin x, then I want to write 1 by tan x, 1 by tan x, like this. Okay, so here cos 2x by sin 2x. So what I am supposed to write? 1 by, this one is, this 2 is this one, into this cos 2x by sin 2x is 1 over tan 2x. Cos x by sin x is 1 over tan x. Okay, similarly cos 2x by sin 2x is 1 over tan 2x. So 2 into 1 is 2 divided by tan 2x, and that is what we want to prove. That is equal to RHS. Okay, so that is question number 5.4. Now let's move to the next question, question number 5.5. Okay. Okay, now let's go to the next question, question number 5.5. Question number 5.5. What is that question? If cos 22 is equal to P, so it is given that cos 22 is equal to P, and sin 38 is equal to Q, and also given sin 38 is equal to Q. So it is given that cos 22 is equal to P, and cos 38 is equal to, sin 38 is equal to Q. Without the use of a calculator, determine the following in terms of P and Q. So what is the meaning of that? In terms of P and Q. Yeah, it means in your answer it is possible to write P and Q, or you want the answer in terms of P and Q. Okay, now what is the first question? Sin 68, 5.5.1, 5.5.1, you have to find what is the question? Sin 68, sin 68. Wow, what is that one? Sin 68. Look at this one. Here it is 22, here it is 38, but here we want 68. Okay, so what you have to do is let's try to do the same method that we did on the first question. Okay, so P P means what is the denominator here? If you just write P, what is the denominator? Denominator is 1. Am I right? Okay. And cos of an angle. Cos of an angle. Cos is, how can you define cos? Adjacent side by hypotenuse. Do you remember the first question? Okay. So adjacent side we represented with the x and hypotenuse we represented with the r. So it means that the value of x is p and the value of r is 1. Okay. Let's try to draw a Cartesian plane with that. So 22 is in the first quadrant, 22 acute angle, that is in the first quadrant. Okay. Okay, let's say this is. Now x is p. So it means that, let me draw a perpendicular line like this. This is 90 degrees. X is p. That means x value is p and r is equal to 1. R means hypotenuse. And you have to find the y value. How can you find the y value here? Yeah, you already studied the equation. Do you remember? Y is equal to root of r square minus x square. Same question, first one. Okay, so y is equal to root of r square minus x square. So y is equal to root of r is 1. So 1 square minus x is p. So it is p square. 1 square is 1. So what is y? Y is equal to root of 1 minus p square. So it means that this y is root of 1 minus p square. Okay, so we got x, y and r. Okay, now but still our problem is there. 68. We don't know 68. We know only 22 and 38. We don't know about 68. Okay, so what you have to do is what is the given one? Cos 22. Cos 22 means which angle is that 22? This angle is 22. Okay, what is this angle? This is 90. Isn't it so? Okay, so what is the remaining? This one? Yeah, 180 minus sum of the angles in a triangle is 180. So that angle is 180 minus 22 plus 90. You can check in your calculator. You will get 68. Okay, so it means that this angle is 68. Do you understand? Okay, so now it's very easy. Sine 68. What is the definition of sine? Opposite side by hypotenuse. So opposite side we represented with the y, hypotenuse we represent with the r. Okay, so you must be careful. Now we are going to use this angle, not based on this 22. We are going to use this 68, this angle. Okay, opposite side. What is the opposite side of that 68? Opposite side is p. Okay, so here it is p divided by r. R is the same, it is 1. So it means that p by 1, that is p. So sine 68 is, the answer is p. Okay, so that is question number 5.5.1. Now let's move to the next question, question number 5.5.2. What is 5.5.2? Cos 16. You have to find the value of cos 16. 5.5.2. Cos of 16. Wow. Where is this 16? We know 22, 38 and now we know 68 also. But what is this 16? Here it is 16. Okay, we don't know anything about 16. We know 22, 38 and 68. Okay, so now let me check something here. What is 38 minus 22? 6 16. Wow, can you see that? 38 minus 22 is 16. Okay, so look at how I am going to write this one. Cos of, instead of that 16, I am going to write 38 minus 22, because 38 minus 22 is 16. Okay, so now look at this one. Cos of, if I call this as A, this one as B, that is cos of A minus B. What is the expansion, guys? By heart, by heart, by heart. Okay, cos of A minus B. What is the expansion? Cos A into cos B. Since here it is minus, here you have to write plus sin A into sin B. Okay, you have to know this formula, even though the formula is there at the back side of your question paper, the formula sheet. Okay, but it's better to know the formula. Okay, so here we can expand like that. Cos A cos B, cos 38 sin cos B cos 22. So it is cos A cos B, cos 38 into cos B 22, plus sin A sin B, sin 38 into sin 22. Now we must be very careful, because here one angle is 38 and other one is 22. So it means cos 38. Okay, so anyway, let's start. Okay, so here you must be careful. Okay, this is a tricky question. Cos 38. What is this cos 38? What is cos 38? We don't know. From this this one there is no 38, 22, 68. Okay, what was the previous question? Sin 68. Sin 68 is also not here. Okay, so we have to find separately. Okay, so look at this one. Sin 38 is given as q. Okay, sin 38 means is equal to q means what? Divided by 1. Okay, so sin 38 is equal to q, and sine in definition, what is that? Opposite side by hypotenuse. Opposite side we represented with y, and hypotenuse we represented with r. So it means that sin 38 is equal to q. Q means q divided by 1. So what is the definition of sine? Opposite side by hypotenuse. So y over r. So what is y here? Y is q and r is 1. Okay, 38 is acute angle. Okay, so let's try to draw once more the Cartesian plane for the second one, for this one. Okay, 38, the first quadrant, this angle is 38. So here what is y? Y is equal to q. Y is q and r is 1. Okay, now what do you want to find? You have to know the x value. Okay, so how can you find the x value? I'm just posing this one here because I'm stuck here. Why? We have to find cos 38. Okay, so what is how can you find the x value here? Let me write it here. The x value, x is equal to, what is the formula? Root of r square minus y square. So x is equal to root of r. In our case it is 1. R square is 1 square minus y. What is y? It is q. So it is q square. So x is equal to root of 1 square is 1 minus q square. So it means that this value is root of, x value is root of 1 minus q square. Okay, now come back to this one. Cos 38. What is cos in terms of x, y and r? Cos is adjacent by hypotenuse. Adjacent side, okay, let's write x or divided by hypotenuse r. Okay, cos 22. Cos is adjacent by hypotenuse, x over r, plus sin 38. Don't be confused here. It's very important. If you write it like this, don't make mistake. This x and this x are different, because here what is the angle? 38. That means we are supposed to write based on this one. Here what is angle? 22. That means there you are supposed to based on this angle. Okay, so don't write x times x, x square. Don't write it like that. Okay, because both are different. Okay, let's avoid that mistake. Okay, I'm not going to write it like this here. Okay, just from here we have to write the answer. Okay, try to practice like that. Okay, cos 38 based on this one. What is cos? Adjacent by hypotenuse. Adjacent side is x, 1 root of 1 minus q square. So it is root of 1 minus q squared divided by hypotenuse, cos, adjacent by hypotenuse, x over r. What is r? It is 1. Okay, times cos 22, not based on this one, based on this is here it is 22. Okay, and cos is adjacent by hypotenuse. Adjacent is p, x is p, this is y. So adjacent by hypotenuse, that is p divided by hypotenuse is 1, plus sine 38. Where is this 38? This one. Okay, sine 38 is opposite side by, sine is opposite by hypotenuse. What is opposite? Y, q by hypotenuse 1. So it is plus q divided by 1 times sine 22. Again this one 22 is here, opposite side by hypotenuse. Opposite side there it is root of 1 minus p square divided by hypotenuse is 1. Okay, now multiply this one. 1 into 1 is 1, and numerator p into root of 1 minus q square plus q into 1 is 1. So it is q into root of 1 minus p square. So from this, yeah, you can't take a common factor because this is 1 minus q square. This is 1 minus p square. So anyway, you got the answer in terms of p and q. There is pq, pq. Okay, so the answer is p into root of 1 minus q square plus q into root of 1 minus p square. Okay, so there guys, that's question 5.5.2. now we have to move to the next question number 6. Okay, okay, next question number 6. Question number 6. What is that question? A function is defined as f of x is equal to a cos x minus p plus 1. So there is a function defined like this. F of x is equal to a into cos x minus p, a cos x minus p plus 1. So there is a function defined like this. F of x is equal to a into cos x minus p plus 1. The function satisfies the following condition. So this function, they are saying that this function satisfies the following condition. What is the first one? The period is equal to, period of this graph or this function is equal to 360 degrees, and the range, second condition is the range is equal to range. What is the range? Y is an element of minus 1 to 3, and what is the third condition? Maximum point is 210,3. So these are the conditions given. Y is an element of range is, y is an element of minus 1 to 3. Maximum point is 210,3, and 210,3, and the period is equal to 360 degrees. Okay, so based on this one, what you have to do, write down the values of A and P. So based on this, those conditions, you have to write, or you have to find the values of this A and P. That is the question. Okay, so before we do this one, you have to know some, it's a little bit tricky question, but you can easily find once if you understand. Once if you understand, then it's easy to find. Okay, so try to understand like this. I'm going to draw a normal cos x graph, f of x. Let's say f of x is equal to cos x graph. Okay, so I'm going to draw from 0 to 360, 0, 90, 180, 270 and 360. This is positive 1 and this is negative 1. Okay, so take your calculator and try to type that f of x is equal to cos x. I hope now you know how to find the points in your calculator. Start 0, end 360, then step 90, and okay, there you go. 0, for 0 it is 1, then for 90 it is 0, then for 180 minus 1, then 270 again 0, 360 1. So the graph is like this. So this is the graph of f of x. Okay, so I try to draw f of x is equal to cos x graph. Okay, and this is the shape of the graph from 0 to 360. So in this graph, normal cos x graph, what is the period? The period means the y value. Okay, so period is from -1, minimum value is -1 and the maximum value is 1. So in this cos x graph, the period is -1 to +1. Am I right? Okay, now I'm going to draw another graph, g of x. G of x is equal to 2 cos x. Okay, then what is the difference? So try to type in your calculator, instead of cos x, try to type 2 cos x. Then it's going to be, the graph is like this. Two cos x. I'm going to draw 2 cos x graph. This is 2. Then the 2 cos x graph is going to be like this. So this is going to be 2 cos x graph. Okay, so the graph is not accurate, but anyway, here you can see that in this 2 cos x graph, okay, this is g of x is equal to 2 cos x. Okay, so in this 2 cos x graph, you can see that the minimum value is -2 and the maximum value is +2 in the case of 2 cos x graph. Okay, so in the case of cos x graph, f of x is the first graph, f of x is equal to cos x graph. So here what is the value of a? It is 1. Okay, that is why here we got the range as -1 to 1. When it is g of x is equal to 2 cos x, then what is the range? Minimum y value, range means y value, minimum is -2 and the maximum is +2. So what is the range? -2 to +2. You understand? Okay, so that range of this g of x, I can write it like this also. What is the coefficient of the trigonometry? 2. Okay, so 2 times the normal cos x graph, the range is this -1 to 1. Okay, so look at this one, 2 times -1, -2, 2 times 1, that is +2. So that is a range of 2 cos x, -2 to 2. Okay, so if you understand that one, we can clearly answer this one. Let's say another graph h of x is equal to 3 cos x. What is the range of that one? So what is the a value here? 3. Okay, so how can you write the find the range? 3 into normal cos x graph, the range is -1 to 1. So since here the value of a is 3, so how can you find the range? 3 times the normal range cos x graph range is -1 to 1. So it is going to be 3 times -1 is -3, 3 times 1 is +3. You understand? Okay, so you can find the range of 3 cos x like this: 3 into -1 into -1 comma 1, that is 3 times -1 is -3, 3 times 1 is 3, that is a range of 3 cos x. How can you find the range of 2 cos x? Yeah, same applies. 2 into the normal cos x graph range is -1 comma 1. So 2 times -1 is -2, 2 times 1 is 2. So the range of 2 cos x is -2 comma 2. Do you understand that one? Okay. So now let's move to another one. So I hope you understand this one. You have to write this one. Okay. We are going to apply that one also. Okay, so let me draw the cos x graph once more here, the normal cos x graph. Okay, this is 0, 90, 180, 270 and 360. Then for 0, it is 1. For 0 it is 1, then -90, -1, 270, 360, it's again 1. Then okay, so this is the normal cos x graph, the basic graph f of x is equal to cos x graph. Okay, so in this cos x graph 210 is somewhere here, am I right? 180, 200, 210. Okay, so 210, when it is 210, where is the y value? Where is the graph? This is the y value, am I right? When it is 210, the y value is somewhere here, and here you can see that the y value is negative. You understand? So for a normal cos x graph, f of x is equal to cos x graph, the y value is negative, is it not so? The y value is below x. Negative means below x-axis. So here you can see that it is below x-axis. But here look at the question. For 210, what is the y value? +3. Am I right? It's a maximum. Okay, at the same time, for 210, the y value is +3. So it means that this graph at 210, y value is +3 means the graph is somewhere here. Do you understand? Okay. So now how can we, what is the meaning of that one? Try to draw this graph. f of x is equal to minus cos x. What is the difference between this? Okay, let's say this is g of x. Okay, what is the difference between this f of x graph and this g of x graph? This g of x graph is the reflection of this f of x based on the x-axis. What is this g of x graph? This is the reflection of this f of x based on the x-axis. So it means that just try to find the answer of this one in your calculator. Minus cos x. So it is 0, -1. I'm trying to draw this graph g of x. Okay, -1, 90, 0, 180, 1, 270, 0, 360, -1. So this is the graph of g of x, that is minus cos x. So now look at this one. G of x is equal to minus cos x. So 210, can you see that you are getting a positive y value? Okay, so here for 210 a positive y value. So it means that the graph they are talking about, this one, the value of a is negative, or they are talking about a reflected graph. That is why when it is x 210, they are getting a positive y value. Okay, so if it is a normal positive value, a value here, then for 210 they are supposed to get a negative value, negative y value, but here for 210 they are getting a positive 3. It means that the value of a is negative, or they are talking about the reflected graph. I told you what is the difference between cos x and minus cos x. Cos x minus cos x is the reflection of this cos x. So, or when it is positive 1 and here it is minus 1, so it means that that is a reflected graph. Okay, so here for a normal cos x graph, when it is 210, we are supposed to get a negative y value, but for them, for 210 they got a positive y value. So it means that the value of a in their graph, it is supposed to be negative. Okay, so it is negative a. You understand? Okay, now for a normal cos x graph, what is the range? We know that for a normal cos x graph, the range is -1 to 1. Okay, now plus 1, here you can see that another plus 1. What is the meaning of that plus 1? The graph is shifted 1 units upwards. So here plus 1, and in that graph, so this is the range of our graph, this one in the question, a cos x minus p plus 1. Okay, in that graph it is given in the question that the range is -1 comma 3. It is given in the question, range is y is an element of -1 to 3. You understand? Okay, so now here what is this one? I already told you what you have to do there. Minus a times -1, that is positive a. Minus into minus is positive, a into 1 is a. Then plus 1, and that is this first number, minimum value. Okay, so from there, what is the value of a? Take this 1 to the other side. So it is -1 minus 1. So a is equal to -2. So it means that the value of a is -2. Okay, or maybe you are thinking, why we are taking this one, why we are not taking this one? Okay, if we take that one also, we will get the same answer. Look at that one, minus a into 1, that is minus a, then plus 1 is equal to, now we took the maximum value, so here also the maximum value is 3. So minus a is equal to, take this one to the other side, so 3 minus 1 is 2. Minus a is equal to 2. What is the value of a? The value of a is -2. So if we take the maximum value also, we are getting the value of a as -2. Okay, so it means that in our question, the value of a is -2. Okay, now we have to find the value of p. Okay, so for that you have to listen another thing. Okay, so you have to write this one. Okay, the value of a is -2. So now our equation is going to be f of x is equal to -2 cos x minus p plus 1. Okay, so now our equation is f of x is equal to -2 cos x minus p plus 1. That is our equation now. Okay, now what is the range? -1 comma 3, and we know that it is a reflected graph because here it is minus. Okay, so if I try to draw that graph, okay, just ignore this p. Okay, ignore that p, and I am going to draw this graph, -2 cos x plus 1. Okay, I'm trying to draw that graph. Okay, so what is let me type it there, -2 cos minus 2 cos x plus 1 starting 0, 360, 90. Okay, so it is for 0, 90, 180, 270 and 360. For 0 it is minus 1, then 90 it is 1, 180 it is 3, 2, 3, 180 it is 3, then 270 it is 1, then 360 it is minus 1. So the graph is like this. Okay, so this is the graph of minus 2 cos x plus 1. Okay, but don't forget that here our graph we are supposed to draw minus 2 cos x minus p, x minus p. Okay, without that minus p, minus 2 cos x plus 1. In this case, okay, what is in this case what is the maximum value? It is 3. You understand? Okay, but look at the question. Here the maximum value is at 3 when the x value is 210. Here when it is 180, the maximum value is 3. But they are saying that the maximum value is 3 when the x value is 210. So 210 is just after this one. This is 210. So now in the question they are saying that for this one the maximum value is 3 when it is 210. So when it is 210, the maximum value is 3. So it means that this graph is shifted like this. Okay, it is going like this, it's coming like this. Okay, so in our graph, the normal this minus 2 cos x plus 1 graph, where is the maximum value of when the x value is 180, you will get the maximum value 3. Okay, but they are saying that when x is 210, the maximum value is 3. You understand? So it means that this graph is shifted 30 degrees. Is it not 30 degree? 180 to 210. That means 30 degrees to the right. Do you understand? Okay, otherwise when it is 180, we got the maximum value as 3. But they are saying that only when it is 210, the maximum value is, they will get the maximum value as 3. Okay, so it means that this graph is shifted 30 degrees to the left, to the right. Okay, so if it is 30 degrees to the right, so what we are supposed to write? Minus 2 cos x minus 30 plus 1. When it is minus 30, you know that one. When it is minus 30, it is 30 degrees to the, not to the left, it is to the right. You understand? So here what is the value of p? The value of p is equal to 30. Don't write a negative 30, because if you write the value of p as negative 30, then what is going to happen? Minus 2 cos x minus, this minus is this one. Okay, then if you write minus 30, then this is going to be minus is positive. So that's answer is wrong. Okay, so we have to write a value of p as positive 30. So it means that now what is our new equation? Our new equation becomes minus 2. Now we know that the value of p is 30. So f of x is equal to minus 2 cos x minus 30 plus 1. So it implies that the value of a is minus 2 and the value of p is 30. That is the answer. Okay, Okay, so guys, when I explain this one, I just want explain it will take time. Okay, but when you write your exam, it's just easy, just maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Okay, so try to understand that one, watch again and it's a little bit tricky, but you can easily understand. Okay, I hope you understand very clearly. Okay, so let's move to the next question. Question number 6.2. Question number 6.2. Question number 6.2. What is that question? In the diagram below, the function f of x is equal to cos x minus 60. So there is a function given like this. F of x is equal to cos of x minus 60 and g of x is equal to sine 3x. G of x is equal to sine 3x. So there are two functions given. One is f of x and the other one is, second one is g of x, are drawn for x is an element of minus 90 to 180. So there is a diagram drawn there. So let me draw that diagram here. Okay, then after that I will explain based on that diagram. Okay, so there is an x-axis. Okay, so there are two graphs given like this. The blue one is f of x and the black one is a g of x graph. Okay, so f of x is cos of x minus 60 excuse me, and g of x is equal to sine 3x. So this graph, the blue color graph, is f of x and this black color graph is g of x. Based on this graph, you have to answer the remaining questions. What is the question? For what values of x? For what values of x? That means you have to find the values of x. Okay, and what is the first one? Question number 6.2.1. what is that question? F dash of x is equal to 0. First question is, for what values of x f dash of x is equal to 0 where x is an element of minus 90 to 180. Minus 90 to 180. This is minus 90 and this is 180. So between minus 90 and 180, what is the value of x, or what are the values of x? Okay, and what is the condition? F dash of x is equal to 0. F dash of x, what is this f dash of x or f prime of x? That's the first derivative. Do you remember in paper 1 calculus you study it, first derivative? Okay, so here they are saying that you have to find the values of x where the first derivative is equal to 0. Do you remember in calculus if you draw a cubic function like this? Okay, and what is the name of these 2 points? Maximum point, minimum point, or turning points. And at the turning points, what you studied, if this one is f of x, what you studied at the turning points, the first derivative is equal to 0. You remember that one. Similarly here also the first derivative is equal to 0. Okay, so in our question you have to find the values of x where the first derivative is equal to 0. First derivative is equal to 0 means that we know that where is the first derivative 0? That is on the turning point. Okay, so here you have to find the value of x. Which one is f of x? This blue graph. Okay, so you have to find the value or values of x where the first derivative is equal to 0, and we know that the first derivative is 0 at the turning point. Here we can see that this point is a turning point. Am I right? Of this f of x graph, this point is the turning point. At this point, what is the x value? It is 60. So the answer is, for this question, implies x is equal to 0. Where when the value of x is 0, the first derivative is equal to 0, or the value of x is 0. That is the answer. Okay. Okay. So let's move to the next question. Question number 6.2. Okay, 6.2.2. What is question number 6.2.2? 6.2.2. What is that question? you have to find the values of x. Same question. Okay, you have to find the value or values of x where f of x is equal to g of x. Oh, let me erase this one, 6.2.1 also. What is the question? You have to find the values of x where 6.2.2, you have to find the values of x where f of x is equal to g of x. So it means, what is the meaning of f of x is equal to g of x? The intersecting point where both the graphs intersect. So here you can see that, and what is the interval? Oh, there you must be careful. Look at the interval. What is the interval? X is an element of minus 90 to positive 30. So here we have to consider only from minus 90 to positive 30. Between these two interval, not up to here. You understand? So between this minus 90 and positive 30, what are the values of x where f of x is equal to g of x? That is the question. Okay. So here, what is the meaning of f of x is equal to g of x? Both the graphs intersect. Okay. So here you can see that at this particular point, both the graphs intersect. So you have to find what is the exact value. It's not 60. What is the exact value of x here? Okay. And similarly, where it is intersecting, yeah, at this point, what is the exact value of x here? So here you can see that here this point also is a f of x is equal to g of x, but that point is after 30. So we don't want to consider, we want to consider only up to 30. Look at this one. This is an intersecting point. This is another intersecting point, but we don't want to consider because they are saying that x is an element of minus 90 to 30. So in effect, you have to find what is the x value of this point, what is the x value of this point, and what is the x value of this point. You understand? Okay. So how can you find that one? You know, f of x is equal to g of x means intersecting point. So what is our f of x? Our f of x is cos x minus 60 is equal to g of x is sine 3x. We are trying to find the values of x at these points, these 2 points. Okay. So cos of x minus 60 is equal to sine 3x. Now we have to solve this one and try to find the value of x. So this type of questions, first of all, we have to find the general solution. Then in that general solution, or you write plus k 360 or plus k 180. Okay. Then in that k, you have to substitute different values for k. For example, k is equal to 0, k is equal to 1, k is equal to 2, k is equal to 3, or minus 1, minus 2, k is equal to minus 1, k is equal to minus 2, like that. And try to find the exact points of this one. Okay. So first we are going to find the general solution of this equation. Okay. So how can you find the general solution of this one? Cos of x minus 60 is equal to sine 3x. Okay. So in small classes, you studied that, so for example, sine 20. How can I write this sine 20? There is no connection with this one. I'm just giving another example. Okay. How can you write this sine 20 as cos? How can you convert this into cos of what? Cos of, you can write it as 70. Do you know how? This 20, you have to check what is 90 minus 20. What is 90 minus 20? It is 70. So write that 70 here. Cos of 70. Okay. Same applies. For example, cos 40. How can I write the sine? Sine of, you have to check what is 90 minus 40. 90 minus 40 is 50. So sine of 50. You understand? So you can convert a sine or cos into, for example, this sine into cos. You just subtract this number 90 minus this number. Okay. So look at this one. Sine 3x. Here I have a cos. So here if I get a cos, then I can say that these angles are equal. So I'm trying to get to cos here. So how can I get cos there? How can I write to cos here? Okay, let's write this one. Cos of x minus 60 is equal to, I want to write cos here. So it is cos of, how can I write this sine 3x as cos? Like what I said here. You have to subtract from 90. So it is 90 minus the angle is 3x. So this is how you can convert sine into cos, or cos into sine, also same thing. Okay, so sine 3x is the same as cos of 90 minus 3x. Okay, so now look at this one. This one is equal to, so we are saying that cos of an angle is equal to cos of another angle. So what is the meaning of that? Both the sides the trigonometries are the same. Okay, so what you have to understand that it means that the angles are also the same. You understand? Trigonometries are the same, and they are saying that these two are equal. So it means that the angles are equal. Okay, so it implies that x minus 60 is equal to 90 minus 3x. Then we have to plus k 360 because we are trying to find the general solution. Okay, so now what is the next step? We have to arrange this one and try to find an equation for x. Okay, so what is this one? Take this 3 minus 3x to this side, so it is going to be positive 3x. So this x, this 3x on this side, 3x is equal to 90 is here on the right side. Take this minus 60 to the other side, so it is plus 60, then that tail plus k 360. Okay, just leave that one there. Now x plus 3x is 4x is equal to 90 plus 60 is 90 plus 60 150 plus k 360. So divide throughout with 4. So divided by 4, divided by 4, divided by 4. So x is equal to 150 divided by 4. What is answer? 150 divided by 4 in your calculator. 37.5. So 37.5 plus k 36 369 90. So we got one equation for x, that is x is equal to 37.5 plus k 90. Okay, so here I'm going to substitute the value of k as what I want to get. Look at this one here. You have to think logically. Look at this point. This point is between minus 60 and minus 30. So it means that you want an x value that lies between minus 30 and minus 60. Okay, so what value must I substitute? If I substitute the value of k as minus 1, substitute k as minus 1 in this equation. This is a general equation, so we can substitute different values of k. Okay, so I'm going to substitute the k as minus 1. So what is that one? X is equal to 37.5, then k as minus 1, minus 1 times 90. Okay, k times 90, 1 minus 1 times 90. So check in your calculator what is answer for that one. Okay, 37.5 minus 90, that is minus 52.5, minus 52.5. So can you see that at this point here the x value is minus 52.5. You can see clearly because this point is between minus 60 and minus 30. So it will be this is the answer. So minus 52.5. Okay, now we have to find this one. At this point here you can see that point is between 0 and 30. So here if I substitute any point, okay, if I substitute the value of k as 0, what is answer? 37.5 plus 0 into 90, that is 0. So 37.5, but that 37.5 is this point. Can you see that at that point This is also an intersecting point. Okay, so this point here, the answer is 37.5, but we are not supposed to find that point. We are supposed to find this point because our limit is maximum is 30, so we just want to find before that 30. Okay, so at this point, what is the x value? That is what we want to. So even though we substitute the value k as 0, you will get a 37.5, but that is after this 30, our limit, that is this point. What is x value? 37.5. okay, but we have to find at this point what is the x value. Okay, so if we substitute any value of k here, we won't get to that point between 0 and 30. You understand? Okay, so what you have to do is we have to find another general solution to get that answer. Okay, so for that, look at what I'm going to do here. Look at this one, cos of, I'm going to look at this equation. Cos of x minus 60 is equal to cos of 90 minus x. Okay, so here they are not saying that it is negative, so it means that here it is positive. Okay, so cos x minus 60, if it is negative, here we are supposed to write negative cos 90 minus x. So if it is not written anything, it means that here the sign is positive. Okay, so cos of an angle is positive, whatever it doesn't matter. Okay, it's a positive answer. Cos of an angle is positive. So cos is positive in which quadrants? You studied the cos is positive in the first and fourth quadrant. Am I right? All sin, tan, cos. That means here cos is positive. Okay. So here how can you write? 360 minus that angle. Am I right? On the fourth quadrant, how can you write? 360 minus that angle. Okay, so 360 minus the angle is 90 minus 3x, is it not so? Okay, so 360, fourth quadrant, cos is positive, that is on the fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant, how can you write? 360 minus the angle. Okay, so let me write it here. So what is the angle here? X minus 60, look at how I am going to write, is equal to this angle. X minus 60 is equal to 360 minus this angle, 90 minus 3x, then plus k 360. Okay, so why I wrote 360 minus? Because cos is positive in the fourth quadrant also. Okay, fourth quadrant, how can you write? 360 minus that angle here it is 90 minus 3x. So x minus 60 is equal to 360 minus that angle. Okay, so from here what is x? We have to expand the bracket and simplify. X minus 60 is equal to 360 minus 90, expand the bracket, minus into minus is plus 3x plus k 360. So take this 3x to this side, so it is x minus 3x is equal to 360 minus 90 is 270, then take this minus 60 to the other side, so it is plus 60 is plus k 360. Okay, so here it is plus k 360. Okay, so now we have to simplify that one. Okay, now before I go to that one, so write this one, pause the video and write this one. We got the one answer, x is equal to, at this point it is minus 52.5. I don't have space, so I am going to erase and continue this one here. Okay, so here x minus 3x is minus 2x is equal to 270 plus 60, 330, then plus k 360. So divide throughout with minus 2. So what is that one? X is equal to minus 1, 6, 5 plus, minus 165 minus 180 minus k into 180. So minus k into 180. Now, which value I can substitute to get this value of x positive between 0 and 30? So what must I substitute? Positive between 0 and 30. So if I substitute k as minus 1, let's see what is happening. When k is equal, or substitute k is equal to minus 1, what is the equation? X is equal to minus 165 minus 1 into 180. I substitute the value of k as minus 1. So minus into minus is positive. Okay. So x is equal to minus 165 plus 1 into 180 is 180. So x is equal to, what is this one? 75, 15. So it means that at this point the value of x is 15. Can you see that you got another answer? Okay. So at this point, what is the value? Minus 52.5. So at this point, value of x is minus 52.5. We already got that one. Minus 52.5. And at this point, what is the value of x? It is 15. Value of x is 15. Okay. So that is the question. Okay. So two answers. One is x is equal to minus 52.5 and x is equal to 50. So these are the answers. Okay. So first you have to find the general solution, then substitute different values for k and try to find the exact points. Okay. So that is question number 6.2.2. Now let's move to 6.2.3. Okay, next question number 6.2.3. 6.2.3. What is that question? You have to find the values of x, or value of x. You have to find the value of x where f of x is greater than g of x, where x is an element of minus 90 to, there also the interval is from minus 90 to 30. Okay. So what is the question? You have to find the value or values of x where f of x is greater than g of x. F of x is greater than g of x means what? F of x graph must be on top and g of x graph must be at the bottom. Okay. So between minus 90 and 30, that's the question, between these 2 points. Okay. So f of x must be on top. This is f of x and this is g of x. Am I right? This one is g, this is g, this one is g, this one is g, this one is g, and what is f? This is f, this is f, this is f. Okay. So we just want to consider between minus 90 and 30. Okay, this is the last question. So we don't mind what is happening after this minus 30. We don't want to know what is happening after that positive 30. Okay, so we just want to know what is happening between. You have to find the value of x. F of x is greater than g of x, and between minus 90 and 30. So it doesn't matter what is happening there. Okay, just to avoid confusion, I erase that one. Okay, now look at this one. F of x is greater than g of x means f of x graph must be on top. Okay, so here look at this. This is f of x graph. Okay, where is that f of x graph? Which one is on top, g of x or f of x? Of course g of x is on top. Am I right? Okay, but after this point, which graph is on top up to here? Which graph from this point to this point, which graph is on top? Yeah, of course f of x is on top. Can you see that? Between these 2 points, f of x is on top and g of x here at the bottom. Okay, and we want that one. We want f of x must be on top. So between which point? Between this point and this point, f of x graph is on top, and we want that one. Look at the after this point. Which one is on top? G of x is on top. We don't want that one. We want f of x on. So f of x is greater. That means f of x must be on top. So at this point, what is the x value? We already found that one, minus 52.5. At this point, what is the x value? We already found 15. Okay, so it means that between minus 52.5 and positive 15, f of x is on top. So how can you write the answer? Minus 52.5 less than x less than 15. So between minus 52.5 and 15, f of x graph is on top, or the values of x are between these two values. Okay, or the same answer you can write it like this also. X is an element of like this, minus 52.5 comma 15. You can write it like this also. Okay, so same thing. Okay, now here when you write it like this, don't put a square bracket. If you put an answer like this, minus 52.5 and 15, then it is wrong. Do you know why? Because here it is only greater than, not greater than or equal to. If it is greater than or equal to, then you are supposed to write it like this. Okay, so that is question number 6.2.3. Now let's move to the next question, question number 7. Okay, question number 7. What is that question? In the diagram below, AD is a vertical structure. B, C, D are 3 points in the same horizontal plane. The angle of elevation of AC is theta, BC is equal to K. Okay, so first let me draw that one. Okay, so there is a vertical pole like this, and okay, so this is the given diagram. Okay, and they are saying that this AD is a vertical pole, and BC is equal to K. The length of this one is K, and one more thing, AB is equal to 2BC. Have you see that condition? AB is equal to 2 times BC. Okay, so this AB, the length of this AB is 2 times the length of BC. What is the length of BC? K. So what is AB? 2 times BC. 2 times BC is K. That means 2K. So we know that the length of this AB is 2 times BC. 2 times BC is K. That means 2K. Okay, that is the length of AB. Okay, now first question 7.1. Prove that AC is equal to K root of 1 plus 8 sine square theta. You have to prove that one. Okay, so AC is equal to, which one is AC? This line is AC. Okay, so you have to prove that. Okay, this is 2BC. Okay, you have to prove that AC is equal to that question. Look at the question. You have to prove like that. Okay, so here look at this triangle, this A B C, this triangle. Okay, in this triangle we have to find the length of AC, and we know, okay, let's say this is AC. We know this one is K and this one is 2K, and this angle is 2 theta. Is it not so? This is ABC. Okay, this angle is 2 theta, this one is K, and this one is 2K. So how can you find AC? You have to find this opposite side and the corresponding two sides. We know that. Okay, and the inclined angle also we know. So in that case we can apply cosine rule. Okay, so I hope you already studied cosine rule. So here those who don't know cosine rule, you have to watch that lessons, okay, where I explained cosine, what is cosine rule, how can we apply that one. Okay, so here I'm directly going to apply what is cosine rule. AC square is equal to BC square plus then the other side AB square minus 2 into BC into AB into cos of that angle. What is the angle here? 2 theta. Okay, cos of 2 theta. Okay, now AC square is equal to, what is BC? It is K. So it is BC square, K square, plus AB. AB is 2K. So it is AB square means 2K square, minus 2 into K into AB is 2K into cos of 2 theta. So now what is the next step? AC squared is equal to, this is K square plus 2K whole square. 2 squared is 4, then K square, minus 2 into 2 is 4, K into K is K square into cos 2 theta. So now from there, what is this K square plus 4K squared? 5K square. So AC square is equal to K square plus 4K squared is 5K square minus 4K square cos 2 theta. So from there, what is AC square? Take a K square as common factor. So K square into 5 minus 4 cos 2 theta. I took a K square as common factor. Okay, so from here, what is AC? AC square is this one. So if you want to find AC, you have to take the square root. Am I right? So it is K square into 5 minus 4 cos 2 theta. So square root of K square. Square root of K squared is K. So it is AC is equal to K. Then we can't do anything. So we have to put it in a square root. 5 minus 4 cos 2 theta. What we want to prove? Look at the question once more. We want to prove that 1 plus K into 1 plus sine square theta, 8 sine square theta. Okay, we can do that one. Cos 2 theta is a double angle, is it not so? So how can you write cos 2 theta? We want the answer to get in sine. Okay, so this cos 2 theta is 1 minus, you remember the double angle formula. Okay, cos 2 theta 1 minus 2 sine square theta. Okay, so this AC is equal to K into square root of 5 minus 4 into, instead of this cos 2 theta, I am going to write that formula, 1 minus 2 sine square theta. Okay, so now we have to expand this bracket. So what is that one? You pause the video and write this one. I'm going to erase the top part. AC is equal to K into square root of 5 minus 4 into 1, that is minus 4, minus 4 into minus 2. So it is minus into minus is plus, 4 into 2 is 8, then sine square theta. So what is 5 minus 4? 1. So AC is equal to K into square root of 5 minus 4 is 1 plus 8 sine square theta, and that is what we want to prove. Okay, AC is equal to K into square root of 1 plus 8 sine square theta. Okay, so that is question number 7.1. Okay, now let's move to next question, question number 7.2. What is question number 7.2? Question number 7.2, calculate the value of AC. You have to find the value of AC, round off to the nearest meter. If K is equal to, it is given that K is 139.5 and theta is equal to 42. Theta is equal to 40. We already have an expression for AC, this one. Okay, and we know now what is the value of K and what is theta. Then we just substitute, you will get the length of AC. Okay, so question is to find AC. Okay, so what is our expression? K into square root of 1 plus 8 sine square theta. So AC is equal to, what is the value of K? K is given as 139.5. So 139.5 into square root of 1 plus 8 sine square. What is theta? Theta is given as 42, sine square 42. Okay, without any mistake, try to type exactly like that in your calculator. Okay, so in your calculator you will get 299 meter. So AC is equal to 299 meters. So that is question number 7.2. So that's the end of trigonometry section in this year, September 2018 Eastern Cape. Okay, so guys, it's a long section, but I hope you enjoyed the class, you understand clearly. So keep on watching, try to do maximum number of questions, practice well and write the exam well. Okay, thank you for watching. See you on the next lesson. Bye.